Instead of saying, how are you? If you found a good one,
it works for me because I'm me. I just say, it's so good to see you. I'm sorry if you're here for business, but it is still good to see you here. It seems to work for me.
Yeah, I
don't know if that's right or wrong. Help me
I'm with
there.
you about asking how you're doing because I think it opens up a can of worms. Generally, they're probably not there because it's a good thing, right? Or they want to be, you know. And so it's you know, it's always good to see you. Or I'm glad to see you today.
I mean, you're the pro here. Help me out.
Yeah, I like that. I would definitely avoid saying how you doing today at the hospital. It doesn't fit. You know, unless you know that there's some good news, like, you know, if there was a birth involved, you know, that might be the one opportunity where there are some good things going on. But if it's outside of that, I would avoid saying how you doing today, because I think it does open up a can of worms. And like you said, you can't really be diagnosing. That's the doctor's job. And so I think you're heading on the right track. Can anyone think of anything else that you would appreciate if you walked into a hospital and someone said to you?
I mean, even if you're there just for labs or to pay on your bill or brought someone in or whatever. I mean, you know, we don't know if you're the patient or if, you know. I mean, we kind of do, because we know, but.
The one thing I'm thinking, you know, in my mind, I always like when people show a little bit of empathy. So, you know, if I walk in and maybe I just open up and tell you, oh, my back is just killing me. And I always like when people show a little bit of empathy. What's empathy?
That you show a way that you've been there before.
That you understand. Yep, some compassion. Same thing could happen over at the gas station. Yeah, we broke down on 15, and I can't believe this. We just spent all this money getting all this work done before we left town, and here we are stranded for the night. You know, I might not be there because I want to be. I might not be in town because I want to be. They might even say, I'm stuck here for the night. You know, and so sometimes you have to show a little bit of empathy to people. And can someone give me an example of a good empathetic line that you might use?
Well, for your back, because I've had this happen. Oh, I'm so sorry your back hurts. They say if your feet, back, or teeth hurt, everything's gone to pot.
Okay, so I'm just falling apart is what I'm doing.
I may not understand your level of pain, but I understand that you are in pain.
Okay, that word understand really goes a long way. You know, I can understand where that's frustrating. I know it's no fun to be stuck someplace that you weren't planning on being for the night. I know it's no fun to have to be spending money on something that you didn't budget for.
Right.
You know, I know how I feel when I don't feel 100%. It kind of ruins my whole day.
Yeah.
I am glad that you're here, though, and we're going to do everything we can to get you taken care of as quickly as possible. I think talking like that helps a lot. And again, you have to kind of decide on the situation and what's going on, but I like to use empathy a lot. I get people that come in my classes sometimes, right? It was like a week and a half ago, I was doing a class, and this girl walks in the room, and I had never met anyone in that room before. It's my first time working with that particular client. She comes in the room, and she's like, is this where the customer service training is? I was like, I think you're in the right place. She walks over and she's like, can I sit anywhere? I'm like, yeah, anywhere you want. And we were doing an all-day class. The books were really thick. And so she goes over and she pulls out the chair and she sits down and grabs the book. And she does this with the book. And I was just going over, I was going to shake her hand.
Yeah.
And before I could get a chance to do that, she's like, how long is this going for? Oh, I don't want a whole room of people like that, but I do once in a while. It challenges me to be my best, right? Because if you got someone that's a little bit difficult, maybe their temperament isn't where you would hope it would be, or they come in and they throw a credit card on the counter, and you can just tell something's going on, you know? And so I like people like that once in a while because it challenges me to be my best, right? It pushes me to be better than just an average trainer or an instructor. It pushes me to have to really work with that person. So anyway, I went over and I just thought, well, I'm going to try to get her to open up a little bit. And so she starts telling me, she's like, yeah, the boss told me I had to come to this. I had stuff planned, and all of a sudden he told me I had no choice. You'd be there at 8 o'clock, and you're staying till 5. And she said, it's my only day off all week, and I got all this going on and that going on, and I remember thinking, I'm like, okay, I gotta show a little empathy here, you know, because I need to win her over. And I remember saying to her, I said, you know what, I know that always stinks. When you gotta do something that you weren't planning on it, and it's your only day off all week, I know what that's like. I travel all week, and boy, I treasure that one day off I get on Saturday, because I got 100 things that need to be done, because I'm leaving on the road on Sunday. I get it. I've been there. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to try to make this go as quick as I can today. And I'm trying to make it a little bit fun for you, so at least I know it's your day off. We'll try and make it a little more fun for you. Well, man, at the end of the day, she comes up to me, and everyone else had left. She's the last person there, and she's collecting all her stuff. And at the end of the day, she's kind of in the center of the room, and I noticed she was the last one to leave, and she starts walking up toward me, and I'm like, uh-oh. Like,
crap.
She comes up, and she's like, well, when are you coming back again? And I said, I'll be back. We're going to do some more stuff. And she's like, well, it was nice meeting you. You have a good day. Now, she wasn't giving me a big kiss on the cheeks or anything like that, or a hug, but you could tell like she had kind of come around. And so I like to use empathy a lot when it is kind of a difficult situation and maybe there aren't the perfect words to say, but when you can get on that kind of common ground with people, they really appreciate that. And empathy, one of my favorite empathetic lines to use is, I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine what this must be like for you. I can only imagine what it must be like to, be stranded here for a couple nights and, having to pay all this extra money that you weren't expecting. I know that can be frustrating. I'll tell you what, though, we do good work, or I'm going to make this as quick as I possibly can for you, or we're going to get you in and out of here as fast as possible. Or empathy in the pawn business, right? I come in to pawn something. I'm expecting a lot of money for this because I got bills to pay. You're only going to give me how much? I know it's difficult when you got bills to pay. I'm going to be as generous as I can because I know the situation you're in, and I want to be as helpful as I can to you. But that empathy goes a long way. It doesn't mean you're going to give me any more money for the speakers I'm trying to pawn. It doesn't mean that you're going to be able to solve all my problems, or the doctor's going to be able to solve all my problems. Doesn't mean there's going to be, a tow truck involved. Do you do towing?
There's a shop right there.
Shop? Okay, you kind of partner with them?
Yeah.
All right. But, they may look at that shop like it's an extension of you, and if their bill's high, they're looking at you like you're all one big operation. Doesn't mean we're going to change the prices, but empathy can go a long way. And so I just mentioned that with attitude of indifference. So for whatever it's worth, if you can incorporate that in the service that you deliver, it can go a long way. Let me have you turn in your book to page 2 for a second. So all of you are selling a product where we want people to buy more of, correct? I mean, at the gas stations, you want me to spend more. Yeah. More on gas, more on the convenience store items, you want me to buy more cheese, you want me to definitely come into the pawn shop and buy more stuff there. The hospital, we want our hospital to be the hospital you use. We don't want you to go to Salt Lake if we can avoid it, or St. George, or Cedar. We want you here. And so we're all selling something. So I'm going to use shoes as an example. After I'm done paying my bills for the month, shoes are something that I like to spend money on. And I've always liked shoes. And so I thought I would use shoes to kind of illustrate this example. Shoes are something that you all have bought, right? Love shoes or hate them, you all have a pair on today. Shoes are very functional. And I'm going to have you just write that word in your books there. Shoes provide a function. What kind of function do shoes provide?
Comfort.
They got to be comfortable, especially if you're on your feet all day, running around the station. It's got to be something that's comfortable. What else?
Protection.
It's going to protect my foot. So at work, if something gets dropped on my foot, it's not going to cause damage. What else?
It helps with your appearance.
Yes, and I'm going to hold on to that just for a little bit. Hold on to that thought, because that goes a little bit deeper than function.
Okay.
Function.
I think it allows you to perform correctly if it's a cleat for a football or basketball
Or
sneaker.
I'm playing basketball, I got a pair of Jordans, I'm playing basketball, or if I'm hiking, I got more of an aggressive sole on the boot. If I work in an environment where there's a lot of liquids and tile where it could get slick or slippery, I don't want to fall, so it's got a good safety, traction. All those things are function. All of your businesses provide a certain level of function. Gas. If I get gas at a Chevron or a Shell station or Phillips 66 or the QT that I like to go to, it's gas. You know, at the end of the day, it's serving a function. It's to fill up my car so I can get to, you know, point A to point B. If I go to buy something at the pawn shop, I'm buying something that's going to serve a function. If I come in there and buy a set of speakers from you, I want to listen to music. It's going to provide me the ability to listen to my music. It's a functional item. If I buy cheese because I'm hungry. All right? It's filling up my stomach. It's a functional item. Pretty much everything we buy, most of the time we're buying it because there's a functionality connected to it. But there's something else that happens. If you want to sell more stuff, you can't just provide function. Function isn't enough. If I'm hungry, is your store, the cheese store, is it the only place that I can go to get food in the area? No, where else could I go?
Burger King.
I could go to Burger King, McDonald's, the taco shop.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other places. If I'm hungry, I don't have to go get cheese. I mean, functionally, I can get food in a lot of places. I go to the convenience store, get some M&Ms and some junk food if I want.
We have some healthy stuff.
What do you have? Fruit. You got some fruit, like banana?
There's a push towards
Grapes?
healthy.
Yeah. All right, I like that. So I can go over there, pick up, I can do lunch.
We do cheese too, we do their
You
cheese.
do cheese. Okay. So if I don't want to buy cheese from them, I can buy the same cheese from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So functionally, I can get this product from a couple of places. Where you really want to focus in on, and this is where a lot of businesses go wrong, is they forget that a lot of the reason that a customer buys from you or comes back is the emotional connection that they have to your business. Now, let's just take shoes for a minute. Do you think people ever buy shoes on emotion?
Yeah.
I always go to the ladies first.
Yes, they do.
Eric's like, please,
Yes.
like emotion. So
Yes.
tell me about emotion. You ever bought a pair of shoes on
Having a
emotion?
bad day, buy some shoes.
Yeah, you ever done that where you go shopping, you're having a bad day, you're like, I'm gonna go spend some money, I'm going on Amazon.
Having a good day, buy some
Buy
more
some
shoes.
shoes. You ever bought a pair? You ever go to like maybe one of the malls nearby and you're like, oh my god, they're on sale. Look, I got
If they're on sale, you gotta have them.
$40.
Gotta have them.
All right, guys, you ever had a girlfriend or a wife?
Oh,
Anybody that's ever-
yeah.
yeah.